Just introduce yourself really quick, where you're from, and maybe what your rank at Doterra is.
Your rank?
Yes.
Oh. My name is Spencer Kuhn, and I'm from San Clemente, California, and I'm Diamond.
I don't see how ranks are relevant, but my name is Freddie Kuhn, and I'm from San Clemente as well. I'm his younger brother, and yes, I am a Diamond.
Can you tell they're brothers?
He got the wisdom, and I got the hair.
Right. I like it.
My name is Joy Bernstein, and I live in San Francisco, California, and I'm a Blue Diamond.
Thanks, Joy.
My name is Jada Hansen. I live in Los Angeles, and I'm a Diamond.
My name is Daniela Romay. I'm originally from Mexico City and live in California, Santa Clarita for 11 years already, and a Blue Diamond.
And a brand new mama of 3 weeks. Congratulations.
My name is Jenna Fonte. You left my name off of the screen there.
Who did that?
I know, it's really sad. I'm from Thousand Oaks, California, and I'm a Blue Diamond.
Great, thank you. All right, you got some fans here, Jenna. All right. Okay, so my first question is, what are some oils that you suggest outside of the most popular oils? So we've talked about, kind of the top 10, but if you have some unique oils that you use, would you just mind sharing just really quickly what that is?
I really love marjoram. It's amazing for a lot of different things, but I find it super, super relaxing. I use it a lot when I need to go to sleep, if I have sore muscles from working out. It's also great for coughs. My mom's been living with me for the last 6 months or so, and she gets coughs all the time, and she just those temporary, those minor, tickly things that bother you, and you just need a little relief from. So she just rubs a little marjoram on her chest, and it's super soothing for those minor coughs that she gets. I also like lemongrass a lot. And that was my aha oil when I first got started. Lemongrass is just incredible for uplifting my mental state and also just reducing feelings of stress.
I'll go.
Go ahead, Jen.
Actually, I'm going to share something that my husband uses. He's in the back with a sleeping baby. I call it his anger blend, and we have 3 kids, and it's a crazy house, and he needs a lot of help in the morning, and so he uses just a drop of each in the palm of his hand. He does spikenard and wild orange and white fir, and then rubs his hand together, breathes it in, rubs the rest on the back of his neck, and he's a lot less angry after that.
That's awesome. And I know Daniela, I mentioned a brand new mom, and you shared your experience with me a little bit, but do you want to share kind of what you told me there?
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, yes, I'm so blessed that I got to have a home birth 3 weeks ago. And if you would have known me, I was the person that will think that all these beautiful moms that I now know because of Doterra, and they were sharing all their stories, how they could birth them at home. I was just asking you, bless your heart, I will never do that. How do you do that on purpose? First thing that I do whenever I go to the hospital, I'm not even feeling pain, is just hit me with the epidural, please, and I won't feel a thing. And I'm gonna share something personal. When I got pregnant, I was going to the doctor like the regular person, and the doctor kept telling me that there was something wrong with my baby, and something, a lot of things wrong, the heart and some birth defects, and I was gonna have an early labor, and I was gonna have preeclampsia and all that. And after 6 months, I shared that with one of my Doterra friends, my sisters now, and she's like, why don't you just come to the center? You just try. And I was like, no. Thank you, Sam. So I told her yes, because I knew that she won't stop bothering me. And the day of the appointment, I was like, no, I cannot go. well, short story long, I went. And I decided that was the way to go. And I thought, I've been in this journey, this Doterra journey for 5 years. And it seriously has changed my life. We should do what we preach, right? So I was like, well, why don't we try? And I had the best experience. The baby's fine, thank God. Like, nothing wrong with him. And she touched him in the toilet. So, but seriously, I wouldn't be able to do this without our oils, without this journey that we have been going through. And Doterra is a journey of love. Doterra is a journey of friends that become family. We need to keep sharing this. If you're new here, just congratulations and welcome. And say thank you to the people the person that brought you here. Because this is what we want. We want to invite you to join us to change your life. And for all of us that we've been doing this for longer, let's keep sharing and let's keep promises that we're gonna keep doing what we preach. So thanks, Doterra, and thank you.
Great example. Thank you, Danielle. Very
Thank
good.
you, Jana. Thank you, everybody.
So one question that I get all the time, and with a group like this that have been in Doterra for a little while, had success. So one question that I always get is, how do you continually educate yourself? So as you're out in the field, whether it's business related or just product related, how do you do that?
Oh, I'll jump in here. I like to run the parallel of Doterra and marriage, And so we try to keep it spicy and try new things.
Nice.
So we're always constantly trying different oils for different, to get different solutions.
How's that working for you?
Sorry, my wife's really nervous that I'm on the panel today.
She should be.
She should. But I'll drop some product development knowledge here, because every time we go to one of these conventions, and every year they come out with a new product that I feel like I've been doing forever, like Serenity soft gels. And I'm like, yeah, that makes my life easier, and Try Use, which made my life easier. And so I'm really waiting for them to throw frankincense and marjoram and oregano into a capsule. Can we get that one for this year, please? But I will diverge a little bit and just say that for sleep, which was one of the main things that brought me on board, it started with lavender, but just like any other essential oil user, I got used to that, and I had to try something else to really, take it to the next level. And so I started playing around with marjoram and vetiver, and in reality, there's petitgrain, which I haven't even tried yet, but now I'm really anxious to go home and use. So, you just try to keep it spicy.
Nice. Any other ways that you guys use to educate yourself on this, on essential oils or Doterra products? Joy?
I'm constantly, there's so much information. We're so lucky, really, that we get to have access to so much incredible information. When I first got started, it was just like nerding out on the books that I had, just the different reference manuals. And anytime anything would come up with my health or my daughters or anybody that I cared about, I'd just look it up, And I really love cross-referencing the more physical things that we need support with maybe like looking up those oils that we're really attracted to or repelled by. Sometimes it's those oils that at first I didn't understand at all, but then become my favorites. So I like looking those up and kind of like identifying in some of the more emotional or energy-based books what the correlation is, and it really is fun to kind of give you some information. Well, it's given me a lot more information about what the connection is with some of the stuff that happens for me that I use the oils to support myself with. So yeah, that's one way. Oh, and the other thing is that I find that anytime I teach a class, interestingly enough, I learn new things every single time I teach a class, whether it's from the person I'm co-teaching with or even people in the audience. So, or guests that are coming. So I love that about doing this work as well.
we've had a lot of success with Oil Camp. So to keep people educated, Oil Camp has been really, really, really amazing, and we've got Oil Camp 1 and 2. So I forget the name of the lady who invented it. Jenny. You're a genius. It's amazing. We love it. So that's been really great. In the beginning, I lived in New York City, and I would take the Modern Essentials and the Emotions book, and always on the subway, I would choose one oil a day, and I would study everything in the Modern Essentials and the Emotions book, and get to know about that. I would just make it a thing, one oil a day. And I still say that to my new builders now, just make it a habit, learn one new oil a day.
I got something too. Excuse me, I got something too. So, whenever, like she just meant, first off, can I say something besides that?
Sure.
All of the guys
You have
that
the
are
mic.
here in the audience, take a look around you and notice what the ratio is. I always wanted to be surrounded by beautiful women, besides my wife, and look at what you get to be a part of. It's so amazing. But I wanted to thank Dr. Melissa, who just spoke, because I think I figured out what's going on with my brain and the traumas that I've had my whole life. And I realized, because what she just said, you know, some of the oils that might have repelled you at the beginning, for me, it was frankincense. But I could not imagine my life without about 10 to 15 drops of frankincense per day at this point anymore. I don't know what I would do without it. But the education part really happens with the people, because if you're sharing all the time, you're always finding out what new, you'll learn new diseases, you'll become much more educated about your own body, about other people's issues and problems. And when you're doing that, you just kind of, you want to find out what it is they need so you can help them, and you have so much faith in the ability of what's already been put here for us and has been standardized and made the most pure, the best. You have that faith that you can help someone because you've seen it already happen, right? Everybody here has probably already seen at least one thing that feels miraculous to you happen. And if you've seen that and you know that, you have that faith, Doterra can do that in so many different ways. I've seen it. Last night after the thing, we went and did a Symphony of the Cells on a girl who was 15 years old. For those of you that don't know what Symphony of the Cells is, it's amazing. Thank you. You're going to want to go learn about that, but you learn about new diseases, and then you want to figure out what it is that you can offer to help this person who might be struggling or suffering.
Great.
Thanks.
Off the mic, but just what I've found also through using the oils and studying and informing myself is that my intuitive connection with what we have available to us becomes much more enlivened, basically. And so it's like this kind of connection to source or whatever that we suddenly have more access to. I think as a result of using and trusting and having that faith and combining our intellect and our mind, body, spirit as a whole to be able to really have that experience. I think that's one of the most powerful things that we get to experience as oil users.
Great. So this next question, I'm going to say I'm a little nervous to ask because of the Kuhn brothers, but I'm going to ask.
I got this. Go ahead.
So unique ways that you guys have used essential oils. What's a unique way? Maybe it's something that we haven't talked about. Are you getting your wife's approval before you say this?
No, do we have corporate here right now? I mean,
yeah, I'm here. I'm right here.
well, my wife teaches this awesome class. It's called Essential Oils. And for all the husbands or guys out here who are kind of teetering on the fence, wives, this is a great way to get them involved. I don't know why I don't think it's taboo, right? No? Okay. And I don't know why anyone wouldn't use it as a resource. I mean, it's really awesome. The end?
All right. Any other unique ways?
He said
Okay,
essential oils, right?
I use, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to. And
Please.
it's not super crazy. We're all friends together. So when I'm having seasonal threads and I'm a little stuffy,
Yeah, she means allergies.
okay, and we get that post-nasal drip thing and it won't go away, I take a drop of Breathe under my tongue. So sometimes Breeze's not an internal use oil, but One drop under the tongue really helps to combat that.
That's awesome. Great tip. Any other? Yeah, go ahead.
Can I go back to the Symphony of the Cells really quickly?
Sure.
So the reason I do is because that's my story, you know, all of the medications for 20 years, broken back, all that stuff. I was fat and crooked, and my cousin comes to town telling me, you know, I got these oils, and I, like everyone else, I laughed at it kind of, but the truth is, I haven't even taken a Tylenol for 5 years. I weed myself off every synthetic thing out there. And so you want to, when you're getting educated, if you go into that book, it's on, can I advertise? It's on truewellness.com. You'll find that there's this book, it's called Symphony of the Cells, and it has so many oils that aren't in the standard oils that you can apply to your spine, and that's where, you know, it feeds everything in the body.
Yeah.
You'll have amazing, like miraculous results. I don't think there's been a person that I've done the Symphony of the Cells protocol to that hasn't asked me how they can get oils. So, and
I'm going to backtrack to the education question too. Sorry. The best way for us to, or at least for me on the education part, other than just asking my wife a lot of questions because she's like a booklet of knowledge. By the way, my wife's Mandy. She's the one that should probably should have been up here. But is our social media? We have a support page, and it's a great. I mean, for me, it's probably one of the easiest formats because you have a million, well, not a million, however many people are on the team page, but there's quite a few, and you have a bunch of people passing. I keep lying with them.
I know, a billion.
A large number of people that throw their ideas around and success stories and personalized stories. So, you know, because a lot of times you'll read the instruction booklets or modern essentials, and there'll be multiple choices, and you know, I want something a little more personal, and it's great to have 2 or 3 other people chime in and say what has worked for them.
Yep, great. So the last question before we wrap this up, and we know lemongrass, but what was your aha oil? So that oil that finally got you to the point that you knew that essential oils worked. Gianna?
Yeah. Well, it was actually the lifelong vitality. And it was, I had passed out on the New York subway and got picked up by the fire department and ended in the hospital. And I had a condition that had caused me to be severely underweight, issues around my throat area, losing hair, you get the picture. They took a lot of blood tests on me and then diagnosed me, wanted to put me on medication, and I was terrified, early 30s, didn't want to be on medication for the rest of my life. So I went to my friend, Dr. Zia Nix, who's also my upline, and she put me on the lifelong vitality. She was like, just take this. And after 30 days, I went back to the hospital, and they kept testing my blood and told me there was another issue and another issue. And finally, the 3rd time, I was like, well, what is the issue? And they were like, well, you don't need to be on medication, we can't figure it out. So that was really the game changer. The oil, however, because we used to joke about this, so for those that don't know, if you love an oil, then we say you need it. Your body's telling you this is the oil for you. And if you hate
You really need it.
You
Really
need
it.
but you might not be ready for it yet. And Zia, at the time, she bathed herself in elevation, and I hated it. I was like, you smell like a cat. Like, get away from me. I can't stand it. I wasn't ready for elevation, all right? But what had precursed to all of this is I had miscarried in week 13. And so she was like, you know what, try Ylang Ylang, because it's great for trauma and it's great for post-miscarriage and those things. So I used Ylang Ylang, and it completely transformed my mood and brought me so much peace. And all of a sudden one day I was like, oh my gosh, you smell amazing. And she's like, I'm wearing the same thing. But I was ready for it. So joy was able to enter. So there you go.
Yes, yes.
Maybe you have time for one more? Anybody have one more aha that you want to share?
I keep changing my aha oil. I mean, for me, one of the entry ones was lavender, but like everyone else, it keeps jumping around, right? If you're using the oils regularly, you have a different experience. And I'm like the dad from big fat Greek wedding with the Windex. Like right now for me, that's good Correctex, and I just love it. I use it for a lot of stuff. I mean,
On everything.
on everything, and cut my legs, and I get like the dry sinus at night, and so I'll put it in my nose before I go to bed, and yeah, it's like my Windex.
Great.
It's like my
All right,
Windex.
so wish we had more time, but let's give our panelists a huge round of applause.